platform natively supports 4 languages, including English, Italian, Portuguese, and Greek. It also features 2 distinct reading modes. The simple reading mode is designed for general citizens to access concise, everyday explanations. The advanced reading mode is tailored specifically for policymakers and domain experts requiring technical detail. Additionally, the system provides 2 search modes, normal search and advanced search. Normal search processes the query through our standard retrieval pipeline to generate an immediate response. Advanced search utilizes state-of-the-art query refinement technologies. Let's type here in the search box, "What is feed additive authorization process?" and search and see what type of answer the bot will give to us. The response has now been generated. From here, users can copy it directly or have it read aloud.
The feed additive authorization.
They can also like or dislike the response to provide quick feedback. Below the response, the bot lists all the references it used, each with a similarity percentage. Clicking any reference opens the source document, so users can verify the answer against the original content. The evaluation panel shows a confidence score for every response the bot generates. It uses state-of-the-art evaluation technology. We use 7 evaluation metrics in total. Since all 7 do not fit in the panel at once, we built a formula that summarizes them into a single confidence score. Here it reads 0.82, which is a strong result. Users can click More to expand the panel and see every individual metric evaluated. Inside the expanded view, we have 3 core confidence metrics. Alongside them are the presentation quality metrics, which evaluate how well the bot structures and communicates its response. Each metric displays a value with an arrow next to it. Clicking that arrow opens the chain of thought explanation, showing exactly why that evaluation was made. On the right side of each response, there is a section called Social Tipping Point. A social tipping point is the moment when a small change in people's behavior or opinions suddenly leads to a large, rapid shift in society. A specialized pipeline extracts social tipping point data from the source documents, and a trained model identifies which passages carry the relevant signals. Below that, you will see the qualifying factors. To identify a social tipping point consistently, we defined 5 criteria of our own. The system rates every detected tipping point against all 5. The key factors section then tells the user how many of those 5 this particular tipping point satisfies. Just below the social tipping point section, you will find the workshops area. This contains 2 items, tools and activities. Clicking either one takes the user directly to practical resources hosted on the Neuroclima Hub. Finally, the Explore button on the right opens the knowledge graph. The system takes the most relevant documents from the references and builds a knowledge graph specific to this response. This is the knowledge graph. For every response the bot generates, it automatically extracts the key entities from the source documents and maps out the connections between them visually. The graph is fully interactive. Users can click any node to explore its connections, search for a specific entity, and zoom in or out to navigate the full network. Labels can also be toggled on and off to keep the view clean when the graph is dense. For a richer view, users can switch to the 3D model. There is also a full screen mode for an uninterrupted view of the entire network. Above the graph, there is a panel with several tabs that give you a structured, detailed view of everything the knowledge graph contains. Now here is where things get interesting. Real conversations do not happen in isolation. People ask follow-up questions. They build on what they just learned. So let's see if the bot can keep up. And there it is. The bot understood exactly what we were referring to. It pulled the right documents, connected them to the previous context, and generated a precise, relevant response. Now scroll back up. Notice how the previous responses have tidied themselves up. References and social tipping point components have collapsed into a button. The conversation stays clean and readable no matter how deep you go. Now let's see how domain experts and policymakers would use this platform. The response comes back in the same familiar interface, but notice the difference in depth. Now here is something important, especially for users. Look at the session bar at the top. It is counting down from 10 minutes. This is our active session timer. Every conversation session runs for 10 minutes, after which all session data is completely wiped. One last thing before we go, the dashboard. Clicking the dashboard button gives users a complete picture of everything behind the scenes. And that brings us to the end of this demonstration. Thank you for watching.